This video falls under fair use. Fair use allows commentary, criticism, and reactions. What's up? Back with another one. Today we are breaking down a heated discussion between Jim Jones and Kid Cudi about the hit song Day and Night. So let's check this clip out.
Oh man, so starting my day and I see something online that I have to address, right? So Jim Jones, first off, we love Jim Jones, right? Like I grew up on Jimmy, like he's the homie. I met him when I was coming up. He was cool, right? Jimmy, I'm gonna address you directly, my nigga. You talking about how you are responsible for my success is a lie. You need to stop lying to people. You get on your little podcast and you start gossiping and talking shit, and everybody on your podcast don't know the truth. So they're all agreeing with you. But if you look under the comments under that post, you'll see people are letting you know what time it is. This is part one. I got more to say. Day and Night was already a hit record before you touched it, man. I put it on my MySpace. It blew up. Okay? I had an entire mixtape. I was on my way. Motown was courting me. Kanye wanted to sign me. All because of Day and Night, because I put it on my MySpace and it blew up. It blew up. I can promise you that Sylvia Rhone did not listen to your remix and say she wanted to sign me. That is not why I have a record deal, bro. Nothing you're talking about is the truth. How do you think I had a music video? I was shooting a music video I was already on. You saw a hit record and jumped on it, my nigga. Like, you didn't make me, man. You didn't make me. So, like, you got to stop telling these tales, my nigga. Like, you got to stop. I want to shout out everybody that's been in the comments letting us know what the truth is, But it's crazy how people just be trying to, like, take credit for my success. You know what I mean? Like, it's wild, Like, and I like Jimmy, man. It kind of breaks my heart to hear him on here trying to take credit for something that he's not a part of. You know what I mean? You jumped on my shit. I didn't ask you to do that. And granted, they played it on Hot 97 every day, and it was a thing on Hot 97 on the radio. But I was an international artist from jump. Like, I had the world. I don't understand. I really don't understand. But I'm going to address this now. You know what I'm saying? Like, no more tales, my nigga. You ain't had nothing to do with this. So, yeah, man. Just wanted to address that. I just know that, like, this is trying to erase history. You know what I mean? Just trying to rewrite history. And I'm alive and well, and I'm around to address it. This Jimmy talking about how he's responsible for my success. This comes up every couple years. He's always talking about it, and I've been ignoring it. And now finally I'm gonna say something, because you're not about to be out here trying to, like, take credit for something that you had nothing to do with, So, yeah. Just wanted to address that, y'all. Peace and love.
Jim Jones is out here claiming he made Day and Night a hit, but Kid Cudi keeps it real and sets the record straight.
I know you remix some of them songs. We don't on the radio. I'm like, this nigga remix this right here. Night and what it was, Day and Night, Day and Night.
That was one of the big.
You remix that? I said, I didn't know that shit.
That's how y'all know Kid Cudi. You would have never known Kid Cudi if I didn't remix the record in New York City. I made that the biggest record in New York City. It wasn't Kid Cudi. Nobody knew who Kid Cudi was. Kid Cudi became about because he had video directors that I wanted them to do a video, and I asked them to show me a video they did before, and they showed me this kid on top of a roof with a record called Day and Night. Right. He worked in the store under the label. There's nobody. I was like, oh, yo, did this? I said, I like the record. get the beat of the record, I want to do a remix. If you give me the beat of the record, I'll let y'all shoot my video. These kids was trying to shoot a video for free for me. Oh. Like, I got the beat. I told them they went crazy, you wanted to do it. I got the beat. I shot the video to the beat, and I never even put the out. They put it up on YouTube, they ripped it off of YouTube, and it became the biggest record in New York City. And that's how Kid Cudi became an artist. They ended up giving him a big deal off of Jim Jones' back.
On that remix, I never knew who he was until you jumped on the remix, the Late at Night.
Kid Cudi?
Yeah.
Man, Kid Cudi was a nobody. You want to know how Kid Cudi got born? I'll tell everybody the story. Kid Cudi was nobody. He worked in the fucking store under Koch Records. I was signed to Koch Records. I didn't even know Kid Cudi worked down there. Lisa Brunson's nephew at the time was doing some work for me in my studio. And he's like, yo, I manage these video directors. I want them to shoot a video for you, like that. I'm like, show me their videos. He showed me a video. Ended up being a Kid Cudi video they shot for free for him. He on top of the roof, looking crazy. They like, yo, this the kid that work inside the fucking rock and roll store on the Koch. They just did it for him. And I was like, give me the record and I'll let you shoot me a video.
The ongoing discussion between Jim Jones and Kid Cudi revolves around the origins of Kid Cudi's breakthrough with the song Day and Night, and who deserves credit for his rise to fame. Jim Jones has publicly claimed that he played a pivotal role in launching Kid Cudi's career, arguing that his remix of Day and Night and its heavy rotation on New York City radio, particularly on Hot 97, were responsible for bringing attention to Kid Cudi. According to Jim, Kid Cudi was relatively unknown and working in a retail store before he got involved, and the remix was the catalyst that led to his eventual record deal. However, Kid Cudi has firmly disputed these claims, explaining that Day and Night was already gaining momentum online through MySpace and that labels and influential artists, including Kanye West, were already interested in signing him prior to Jim Jones' remix. He stresses that while Jim's contribution may have given the song additional exposure in New York, it did not create his career, and the song's success was largely independent of Jim Jones's involvement.